This is one of the coolest things ever. Hello again, skunkmunkee here, and today in our 1.17 Snapshot 20W49A, what do we have? Well, look at what's behind me, look at what's behind me. It's a Sculk Sensor, yes it is! And it is so cool. I love the little motion in it. The coloring is so cool. I just love it. I just love it. So, these Sculk Sensors, they are a redstone block, even though they don't really look like one. And they detect vibrations, and they put out a redstone signal, as you can see right here. And with a comparator, they will put out a different length depending on the frequency of the vibration. But one thing I also noticed was that if you were here, look at little tiny redstone. See that little tiny redstone? And if we move closer, more redstone. And if we're right here on top, boom, look at that. So how close a player is to the Sculk Sensor will change how much redstone power it gives out. And that's really, really cool. I like that. I mean, you could make it so that there's a certain place that you could stand in your area and jump and it would open up your door. That would be so cool. I'm really liking that idea right now. So yeah, these things are really neat, but unfortunately you cannot find them in the world. The caves where these generate have not been implemented yet, so you can only get them through the creative inventory, but yeah. And then as it was shown in the Minecraft Live, wool occludes it. So look, see, it can't hear me back here, but as soon as I start moving out here, see, up until 45 degrees, then it can hear me right here. But then it can't hear me right here. So that's a really cool mechanic. I'm really enjoying that. Now, as I said, different vibration frequencies will make this thing give off different power. So let's go through the list. So what do I mean by vibration frequency? So everything that will activate the Sculk Sensor has a frequency. Now, walking has a frequency of 1. So no matter where I walk right now, through the comparator, it's only going to give off a redstone signal of 1. As you can see up there, there's the redstone line. And, well, jumping is not 1. But it will only give off 1. And everything falls into the range of 1 to 15. 16 is way down there. Oddly enough, so casting, reeling it in is 15. Look at that. Now, if I wanted to cast it, that's only a 14. So let's go through all the list of different things that are going to make it go into different ranges. Well, as I've already demonstrated, walking gives it a frequency of 1, and that is the only thing that gives off that frequency. A frequency of 2 is by a flying, it's supposed to be, there we go, by a flying mob flapping its wings. And these things have a range of 8 blocks, so, well, he's out of range. There you go, so there's a 2. Other things that it will detect are phantoms, and it's supposed to be bats. No, it's not bat. It's supposed to be bats as well, but I haven't gotten bats to do it. No, bats seem to not be working. But I have gotten phantoms to work. The next thing that it detects is swimming. So if it detects this fish swimming, there is a power level of 3. It also detects a player swimming, giving the same power level. The next one that it detects is Elytra free fall. There we go, power level of 4 from falling with an Elytra. The next power level of 5 happens when an entity hits the ground. There we go, power level 5. But if a player is sneaking when it happens, it doesn't set it off. Power level 6 is obtained when a dog shakes its wet fur. Let's see if we'll get it. There we go. Or when an entity splashes in the water. Power level 7 and 8 are closely related. The first one is when a projectile is shot. It's a 7. And then when it lands, it's an 8. And then if you're eating, when you start eating, it's a 7. And let's see if we can get this. 8 when you finish eating. Power level 9 is accomplished by hitting an entity, like so. Or by placing something on an armor stand. Interesting. Power levels 10 and 11 are very, very closely related. To get to power level 10, closing a gate, closing a trapdoor, or closing a door are power level 10. Opening a door opening a trapdoor and opening a gate are power levels 11. That's kind of interesting. Sorry, it saw me watch or heard me walking. Turning a lever on is 10 or is 11. On is 11. Off is 12 or off is 10. Goodness gracious, it's getting me all confused. On is 11. Off is 10. There we go. Also, opening a chest is 10. And wait for it. Closing a chest. Now, opening a chest is 11. Closing a chest is 10. There's so many different ones. And then this one is backwards. If you break a tripwire, it's... Holy cow, that was a 12. That's supposed to be... Setting is supposed to be a 10. Okay, setting is supposed to be 11, and breaking it's supposed to be a 10. Oops, that wasn't right. So setting it goes to there. Diffusing it goes to there. See, yeah, that's not supposed to be there. That was really high, actually. It's being 12 if you do that. It's supposed to be 10 if you break the string, according to the wiki, and 11 if you place it, and it is way off the charts there. Okay, I'm guessing it's going off of breaking block. I don't know. That's really weird. And then let's go over here, out of its range, and if a dispenser fails to dispense, that's also a power level of 10, I believe. 10? Is 10 right? That one's 11. There we go. And then also stone buttons. No, I'm placing that. Pressing it is an 11, and unpressing it is 10, but that's really hard to do because that thing's listening and then it's not listening. Power levels 12 and 13 are also closely related, except for the flint and steel, which will always give you a power level of 12. If you place liquid, stop it. If you place liquid, that is a power level of 12. If you pick up liquid, that's a 13. So that's kind of interesting. And then if you place a block, that is a 12. And breaking a block is a 13. Power levels 14 and 15 are also related in a little bit. A piston retracting is 14. Extending is 15. If you stop walking. If you cast a fishing rod, it is 14. If you reel it in, it's 15. Then an explosion, wait for it. This should also be... Oh, it heard me walking. It didn't actually get the explosion. Let's try that again. This should be 15 as well, which would be that one. There we go, 15. And then last but not least, it will be lightning is 15. Now, oddly enough, there are some things that don't activate the Sculk sensor, such as minecarts. That's really odd. And it's really confusing me that the bats aren't, doing it. But if you are sneaking, I believe, yeah, if you're sneaking, you don't get detected. If you jump and are sneaking, you are not detected. So that is detected. Sneaking, not detected. But if you fire a bow while sneaking, that makes no sense to me. This thing still makes the same amount of noise whether you're sneaking or not. So that one's confusing. But those are the different vibration frequencies from all the different things that the Sculk sensor can detect. Sculk sensors were not the only thing added, though. They also added dripstone caves, but unfortunately dripstone caves do not generate in a regular vanilla world right now. In order to get to them, you need to create a new world, and we're going to go ahead and make it creative. But more world options, you're going to want to change this over here to single biome and a custom biome of dripstone caves right there. And then we're just going to name this Dripstone Caves. And we are going to generate it. And I've never seen this yet. This is my first time opening it. So I'm going to be just as surprised as you are about what they look like. They look, oddly enough, like a very normal Minecraft world. I'm guessing we just need to go underneath. So let's go into spectator mode and go down in here. And there we go. I can see some already. Odd that these don't generate in a regular world. They seem to be just regular old caves. I see some amethyst geodes. Yeah, and I'm just seeing a bunch of these dripstone caves. I don't know why they don't generate in a regular world. But let's hop in here and take a look at these. Go into game mode creative once again. And one thing that they have changed is the pointed dripstone. If you put it so that look at that. So if you do this, they attach. But if you sneak and put it, they don't attach. Isn't that cool? I really like the way that looks. Also, they added a new death message if you are impaled by one or if you jump onto one, and that is pretty funny. A correction, they only added death messages for falling stalactites onto a person, not jumping onto one. And something that they had a problem with was that any type of dripstone in the nether would actually look like it's dripping water. They fixed that and now looks like it's dripping lava, and that is just so cool. I hope that they add this into the nether because it looks awesome. Like if you can imagine, you know, walking around and seeing that. That would be so cool. Well, that is the Snapshot 20W49A, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, consider subscribing, turn on those notifications. You can follow me on Twitter, you can join my Discord channel, and I'll see you guys in the next Snapshot update. Until next time.